Well, the economy report came out today and said that the growth so far up to date for this year is 0.1%, 0.1% growth. And you go out there and you go through malls and you can fire a cannon through there and not hit anybody. I mean, there is nobody shopping, okay? The streets are slow except in some of the biggest of cities. And according, hiring is down, firing is up. It's kind of crazy. All right, people are buying online as opposed to going into retail stores. The whole economy is changing here. They're replacing people at the counters taking orders for fast food with computers. You order it yourself, punch it in, put your credit card in there, and they have 1 or 2 people in there instead of 18. Okay, so what I want you to do is get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. That's a trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy. And that is to learn how we can help people and get paid for it. Now, if you've never owned your own business, you've been an employee all your life, you need some education here on how to run a business. You do not want to take the tax breaks away from all the billionaires. You want to get the same tax breaks. You can have the same tax breaks as Donald Trump, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and all the other billionaires. You get the same tax breaks they get for a one-time fee of $10. That's right, a one-time fee of $10, and that gives you a Youngevity business as sort of the first step. There's higher levels, of course, you can buy into, but you can buy a Youngevity business for $10. And guess what? You're going to make much more than that just on, if you're working and you have withholdings, when you have your home office, which which is a percentage of what you're paying in your mortgage or your rent, let's say it's 10%, you're going to get 10% of that mortgage, whatever it is. Let's say it's $1,000 just for easy math. That's $100 a month. Okay, that's $1,200 a year you can deduct, and then there's 10% of your utility bills. It's $300 a month, and so that turns out to be $30 a month. That's $330 a year, say, or $360 a year. You're now up to $1,500, and the same thing is true for your homeowners, your renter's insurance. Let's say it's another $300 for the year, or 10%, whatever your cost is. So now you're just about $2,000 a year in deductions, and you advertise, you get business cards, you drive to events and meetings, you go to various places, you deduct your mileage or whatever the legal mileage deduction is, and so forth. You buy equipment and furniture, paper and so forth, and postage for your business. That's all tax deductible, and you could wind up getting back $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. And so let's say they've withheld $8,000. You can get back $5,000 of it just because you're doing business. You're legitimately doing business. That's a pretty good investment for $10. And of course, you're going to, as long as you keep your job, you're going to be able to get back a significant amount of withholdings every year because you have a legitimate home-based business. That's in addition to your cash flow that you're going to generate. And so once you get a hold of the book, Wall Street for Kids, even though the title infers it was written for kids, it's actually written for parents and grandparents to read to the kids, so the parents and grandparents also learn this, because everybody in America was taught how to be a good employee. Nobody was taught how to run a business, how to own their own business. And it teaches you how to do a business plan. It teaches you how to maximize your deductions. Banks would give you a free business checking account, for goodness sake. They're going to give you all kinds of stuff for free to help you get going. You get a separate debit card or credit card for your business. You have a separate checking account for your business. And you're going to get 2 pieces of paper every month. You're going to get a statement from your credit card. You're going to get a statement from your checking account every month. You put that in the file for each month. And that is your paperwork. You don't have to hire a bookkeeper because it's all going to be done by the bank and the credit card company. And so at the end of the year, you can either do one of these online tax things, okay? Do online tax things, do it yourself. And it's amazing how much you can save, how much you can generate with your own home business. Get your family involved. It's nothing better. Instead of getting together and bowling, you want to get together and generate a Youngevity business, which is a willable asset. How many of you are in a position where you can will your job to your kids or your spouse? Whether you retire or you die, how many of you can will your job to your spouse? You can't. Can you will your job to your kids? You can't. But a Youngevity business is a willable asset. You want to get your kids and your spouse involved as quickly as possible So when the time comes, whether you retire or die, guess what? They're already hitting the ground running because they already know how to run the Youngevity business. Now, we always help people. When one person dies, one person retires, and the other one wants to keep their business going, we help them. Okay? Any veterans coming back? Okay? Any veterans coming back from Afghanistan or the Iraqi wars? Okay? Any veterans from the Gulf Wars? I personally will pay your $10 to get a Youngevity business so we can help wounded warriors. In fact, that's one of our charities we have for Youngevity is the Wounded Warrior thing. I can't urge you enough to get a hold of Wall Street for Kids and learn the business system. Get a hold of the trilogy of books so you can learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, aromatherapy oils. Again, that's a trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and Passport to Aromatherapy. So you know what to do for people that have health challenges. And then the book Wall Street for Kids teaches you how to operate a successful, profitable business. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's why people came to America. They didn't come here to get a job. They came here to own their own business, be independent. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
You're going to like this one. It's about drug-resistant bacteria, as I have an ABC News story here, headline, Drug Resistance Found Worldwide, New Drugs Needed. And there's a subheader here that is World Health Organization, drug resistance has spread worldwide, new antibiotics needed. And they get into, that in 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, which revolutionized medicine by giving doctors the first treatment for a wide variety of infections. They say despite the introduction of a number of antibiotics since then, there's been no new classes of the drugs discovered in more than 30 years. And they say, according to the World Health Organization, drug-resistant bacteria has spread to every part of the world, and it might lead to a future where minor infections could kill. And they say the first global survey of this kind of the resistance problem found high rates of drug resistance of E. coli bacteria causing problems including meningitis, infections of the skin, blood, and kidneys. The World Health Organization noted that there are many countries where treatment for this bug is useless in more than half of the patients. They also found worrying rates of resistance of other bacteria, including common causes of pneumonia and gonorrhea. And according to Dr. Kenji Fukuda, which is the agency's assistant director general, says unless there's urgent action, the world is headed for post-antibiotic era in which common infections and minor injuries that were treatable for decades can once again kill. They say health experts have long warned about the dangers of drug resistance, and they say that these diseases such as tuberculosis and malaria and flu, according to Britain's chief medical officer, Dr. Sally Davies, has described the resistance as a ticking bomb that's as big a threat as terrorism. And they say that the World Health Organization say people should use antibiotics only when prescribed by a doctor, should complete the regimen and not give them to other people or use leftover prescriptions. And in this entire article, Doc, not one mention that the whole cause for this drug-resistant bugs is the fact that for decades the MDs overprescribed them. I've known people that have gotten antibiotic for viral infections, and everybody knows they don't kill viruses. That's only what they're designed to do. And why would you prescribe it other than the fact you can get a doctor's visit and charge for a prescription?
Well, there you go. You've hit the nail on the head once again, Doug. You're very perceptive. That's why I love you, man. And basically, what I like people to do, and it's in the book, God Bless America, we want you to have our Envision Colloidal Silver. There's never been a virus, a bacteria, fungus, or yeast that has learned how to adapt to the colloidal silver. There's no colloidal silver resistant bug. Also, the Pure Works. Pure Works works for 3 to 5 hours after it dries. All the alcohol, skin disinfectants and skin, what do you call it? Skin disinfects, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Skin sanitizers. They don't work after they dry, and they sting and they dry out your skin. Where the Pure Works, we have the spray, we have the foam, we have the soap, we have the lotion. And if you're in a position where you're touching people and shaking hands and in the bank, dealing with people's money and all this kind of stuff, you need the Pure Works spray, the Pure Works foam. You need to have the Pure Works lotion and the Pure Works liquid soap. You need to have the colloidal silver on you. And I use it for everything, and I tell our people with Youngevity, use it for everything. There's no drug resistance to colloidal silver, and Pure works for 3 to 5 hours after it dries. The alcohol-based skin sanitizers only work while they're wet. Thank you so much, Doug. Super observation. You do not want to get into a position where you need antibiotics because doctors will mess you up somehow. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Louisville, Kentucky. And Lindy, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Lindy, you're on the air.
Yes, hello, Dr. Wallach. So
Hi.
nice to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
I'm calling about a man that it's concerning the prostate. He's 75 years old. He's 6'1". He weighs 187 pounds. And in 1999, he had a seed implant.
That means he had prostate cancer.
Okay, and just 2 days ago, he had another reading done, and it was 37.
Okay, his PSA was 37?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's high.
Okay, now he also has had 6 Lupron shots.
Okay, well, Lupron is a female hormone that suppresses testosterone production because testosterone drives prostate activity, okay? So that's why they give Lupron. So what we want to do here is the guy out of the hospital, and he's not in hospice, he's at home, and he's able, and he just has a high PSA. What's going on?
Reading.
Okay, he's eating, and he's at home?
No, taken back by the 37, the reading that he got of 37.
Yeah, I know. But other than that, other than a high PSA, does he have prostate cancer in his bones or anywhere else, or is
Well, he hadn't been told that, no.
Okay, good. Well, I'm sure they'll tell him if he does. So, what we want to do here, 187 pounds, he's close enough to 200, and we want to be a little heavy here because he's got cancer, okay, and his PSA is very high. So what we want to do is give him 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. And then I want him to get an extra bottle of selenium. That'll give him 3 selenium at breakfast, 3 selenium at lunch, and 3 selenium at dinner time. He'll get 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and 3 of the EFAs at breakfast and dinner. All that will be accomplished by the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month and the extra bottle of selenium. Then I also want him to get 2 bottles a month of the Z-Radical, which is a liquid. I want him to take an ounce twice a day. It's 2 quarts a month, and it's a blend of super juices, including the Patagonian wild blueberry, and also it has the fucoidan in it, which supports the immune system, and is one of the reasons why the Japanese have such a low rate of cancer, the fucoidan. Then I also want him to have the Immortalium. I want him to take 4 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month of the Immortalium. That's going to support and promote, again, his immune system. None of the bad stuff, no fried foods, processed meats, oils, or gluten. We'll be back after these messages.
And let's head to Georgia. And Brian, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Brian, you're on the air.
Hello, Dr. Wallach. Hey, I'm calling about a friend here. She has, I guess, the human form of hip dysplasia. I guess it's called slipped femoral capital epiphysis.
Okay.
She has been on this regimen here for about 2 months. It's VTT. She takes about 4 scoops of that 3 times daily in like a 17-ounce bottle of water. She's on OsteoFX, 1 scoop of that 2 times a day, and glucogels, 5 tablets 3 times a day.
How much does she weigh?
She's about 200 pounds, and she's had considerable results. I mean, very actually amazing results.
Okay.
But we're just wondering how long is this going to take her, if you've heard the history of this, if it takes 6 months or a year.
Well, it depends on the amount of damage. Of course, I haven't seen the x-rays, right? What I need to do,
Right.
I can give you a little better prediction if you have the radiology report, which is, she has access to it. She can get a copy of it. And I need to hear the radiologist's opinion or their, I guess the summary. That would be very useful. Any descriptions of the radiologist who made the x-rays or CAT scans or MRIs. And also, how tall is this girl?
She's 5'6".
Okay, well, 200 pounds, 5'6". I like somebody who's 5'6", especially for a girl, to be somewhere between 145 and 165. So she's 35, 40 pounds overweight. And I also want her to add the ASAP to her regimen. Okay, ASAP. She can put a dropper full under her tongue 30 minutes before each meal. She's going to begin to lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. It'll be very safe with this regimen. I didn't hear the EFAs. Maybe you said them, but I didn't hear them. I don't remember hearing EFAs.
We've been cutting back on those, but she does take selenium. She takes about 1,400 micrograms.
You should not cut back on the EFAs. Those are essential nutrients, and there's nothing worse than rebuilding your bones and then getting a blood clot someplace. And the EFAs prevent blood clots, and so these aren't just add-ons like 32 Baskin-Robbins flavors here. Okay. No, you can't let her go without, because what happens when you take a lot of the other stuff, if there's a deficiency of omega-3s, there's a relative deficiency of omega-3s, and so you don't want to go there. A girl her size, she's going to need 3 of the EFA pluses twice a day, okay? And she needs 2 of those healthy bone and joint packs a month, all righty?
Just a few little quick other things that might affect this.
Mm-hmm.
She loves her bourbon and Coke. She loves to drink that every evening. So is that going to slow things down, I imagine?
Well, it might because of the carbonated drinks, as long as she doesn't drink that with her meals. And here's the deal. If she's getting the right amount of nutrients, especially the minerals, her cravings for that kind of thing will go down, okay? And what I want her to do for drinking, water, of course, during the day, but also rebound. Let her drink rebound instead of diet drinks. And then her craving for her bourbon and Coke will go way down, and I think she'll just voluntarily give that up. Give us a call every couple of weeks. I want to know her blood pressure and her weight. I want to know how her bones are going, but thanks for the wonderful testimony. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to New Jersey, and Imogene, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Imogene, you're on the air.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. It's wonderful talking to you.
Well,
I've been listening to you for a while.
How can I help you?
Well, let's see. I am 300 pounds. My main concern is losing the weight, but I have other problems that are developing, and I did have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 1995.
How tall are you, dear?
I am 5'5".
Okay.
And I did have a couple of car accidents and whiplash, and so I have had a lot of problems in my back and neck. My knees have been bothering me of late, and ankles, I sprained them, so that's
sure.
not a problem.
Do you have anything like high blood pressure or diabetes?
I haven't been diagnosed with that. No, I wouldn't say so.
All right, let's start out here. So we have a little starting
point. I'm getting
point.
heart palpitations and, dizziness sometimes. I'm just getting dizziness. So
sure.
I don't know what that's going on. What's that?
Okay. Well, dizziness, heart palpitations could be from low blood sugar, could be from back problems. You say you have some back and neck problems, squeezing peripheral nerves to control the heart and rate and rhythm, those kinds of things. And so let's get to work here. At 5'5", I'd like to see you weigh 145 to 150, so we need to lose around 150 pounds, give or take a little bit. And we could do that safely over a period of 4 to 6 months' time. Okay? So, Shar?
Yes?
Dear, this is a Shar thing. And so what would you start Imogene on here?
Well, I would get her on a gluten-free diet just for the fact of losing weight and being able to absorb her nutrients and everything.
Okay,
but
very
she
good.
needs 3. I would get her the healthy bone and joint packs.
Okay.
3 of them.
Yeah, and what would you throw in extra for the fibromyalgia? Kind of like a muscular dystrophy thing.
The muscular dystrophy, the selenium.
Yep, perfect. A+. Okay, very, very good. Okay, so there you go, Imogene. Ideally, you'd take 3 of the healthy bone and joint packs per month. There would be 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'd have you take 20 glucogel a day. It'd be 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner, and 5 at bedtime with a glass of water. And this is designed to support and promote maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bones, bone matrix. And so that's where I would start. Now, as Shar said, I would also throw in 12 of the selenium a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That's 3 bottles a month. And I would also throw in the de-stress capsules. I'd take 12 of those a day. That's 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That's 3 bottles a month. And then for the weight loss, as Shar says, I'd have you take 2 bottles a month of the ASAP. That'll be a dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes before each meal. And I'd put a second dropper full under your tongue 15 minutes before each meal. So you're going to take 2 droppers full before each meal, and 1 dropper full will be 30 minutes before the meal, and then 15 minutes later, which is 15 minutes before the meal, you'll take the second dropper full. And then I do want you to call us every couple of weeks and make sure that we get your weight, your blood pressure, be very useful. Also, as Shar said, you want to get gluten-free. You want to stay away from fried foods, processed meats. You want to stay away from oils, all the free radical stuff. And especially if you have dry skin problems, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, any belly problems, constipation, diarrhea, diverticulitis, any of that kind of stuff, it's imperative that everybody in your household, the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, any man, mother-in-law, kids, anybody, it's imperative that you do stay away from gluten. Okay, give us a call every couple of weeks, if you would, please, Imogene. And we want to know your weight, your blood pressure, and what else is going on with you, how your pain level is, and so forth. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Well, let's head to Harry Truman Country in Independence, Missouri. And Doug, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Okay, Doug, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, Doctor. I have a lady with a liver disease, primary biliary cirrhosis.
Okay, I'm very familiar with it. Primary sclerosing cirrhosis, this disease, what Walter Payton died from, the great running back football player from the Chicago Bears. He died waiting for a liver transplant, primary sclerosing cholangitis, it's actually called. It's a liver cirrhosis. And Shar, you remember Elaine's story?
I do.
Tell us about it.
Her liver was the size of a 50-cent piece, and she had 33 stents put in it at different operations.
Yeah, she had like 13 operations at Harvard Medical School. And what happened in 3 months?
She got off all her medication, and her liver grew back to its normal size.
Well, duh. Very good. Yep. And she's doing well today. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. We do this really hundreds of times a year. Cirrhosis, fatty liver, primary sclerosing cholangitis. What does this gal weigh, Doug?
108 pounds, 5 feet 2.
I missed that. 100?
108.
108. Okay. Well, what I would do is give her 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, get an extra bottle of selenium, so she could have 3 selenium at breakfast, 3 selenium at dinner. I'd also let her take a full or a half a dose of everything else at breakfast and dinner. I would also let her have the de-stress capsule, 3 of those at breakfast and 3 at dinner, 2 bottles a month. And it's imperative she get rid of all the bad stuff. Absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates, nitrites, no deli slices, sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, no oils. It means no olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils, and no gluten. As Shar says, no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And this is actually a very simple disease to reverse. Okay, but it's all caused by nutritional deficiency. That's how selenium was discovered to be an essential nutrient, was because of all the various liver diseases you get from a selenium deficiency. When they studied selenium deficiency in laboratory animals, the uniformity in every species, whether it's animals or human being, it causes a liver problem. Again, cirrhosis, primary sclerosing cholangitis, and fatty liver, even liver acute necrosis, where the liver just dies. Okay, that causes very sudden death, and it's caused by selenium deficiency. So your lady friend, Doug, is going to do very well in this program. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how she does. And we're very excited for you because you're going to be her angel. Okay, let's see here. Doug, we got time to start another one?
Yeah, we got time. Let's head to Florida. And Nishi, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Okay, is it Bishi?
It's Nishi, and N is in Nancy.
Oh, Nishi, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How can we help you?
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I have had myasthenia gravis for about 3 years. I had a thymectomy about 2 years ago, and I'm still having all the symptoms of myasthenia gravis. I'm on Cellcept and Mestinon, to the Cellcept is to decrease, to suppress my immune system so it doesn't keep producing the antibodies.
Okay.
And the Mastodon is to use my muscles. And I've been a vegetarian for over 20 years, mostly because I don't like...
one of these message moments here, but hang on. We'll be back. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then Char and I are going to suggest to you what to do. We'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Florida and Nishi. Let's see here. Do you have any problems with skin? Anything going on with dry skin, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea?
I have dry skin, and I do get pimples randomly on my face. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's on your cheeks and nose?
On my nose, around my nose.
Yeah, that's called rosacea. Okay. And do you have any history of respiratory problems, any chronic bronchitis or asthma?
No.
Okay. Do you have any bowel problems, any irritable bowel syndrome, anything like that?
No.
Okay. No constipation, no diarrhea?
No.
Okay. Well, myasthenia gravis is kind of a cousin to lupus, muscular dystrophy, polymyalgia rheumatica, fibromyalgia. So they're all kind of cousin diseases. And because you do have a little rosacea on your face and some dry skin, Char, what would you say might be the underlying problem here?
Gluten intolerance. She's not able to absorb nutrients in the food.
Okay, you got it, girl. So, yes. So what do you weigh, Nishi?
About 100 pounds.
100 pounds, okay. So here's what we would do. We'd have to stay away from all the bad stuff, which is going to increase your absorption capacity, or the absorption efficiency. We want to do that. You're going to maximize the benefit from the program here. So no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. You need to live on rice and baked sweet potatoes and millet and buckwheat, which is not wheat. Obviously, lots of vegetables. I do need you to eat eggs. You don't need to eat meat or dairy products if you don't want to, but I do need you to eat eggs. At 100 pounds, I'd have you eat anywhere from 3 to 4 eggs a day. That's imperative for you to recover from this. You do need to eat some eggs, 3 to 4 eggs a day, and they can be poached with soft yolks, soft boiled with soft yolks. I need you to, another way to cook them is soft scrambled in butter, not oils or margarine. So you need to kind of change what you're doing, because what you've been doing is what's gotten you in trouble. Then I want you to take one healthy bone and joint pack per month, and then I also want you to get an extra bottle of selenium, so you can have 3 selenium a day. That'll be 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. I also want you to have a tablespoon of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 1 scoop of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, the 3 EFA Pluses. You can spread them out during the day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. And then, let's see here. I want you to also take the Immortalium. This is to support and promote telomere life, which makes your chromosomes work better for replicating amino acids and proteins and things. So I want you to take 2 of those. I'd get 2 bottles a month. I'd take 2-3 times a day, 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner. I think it's very important here. And then call us every couple of weeks. I want to know your weight. I want to know your strength levels. I want to know, get something that you can only do twice, or how long you can stand on 1 foot, or something that's measurable, and how many stairs you can climb without having to stop and hold onto the rail and rest a moment. Have some measurement, and then, or how far, how many meters you can walk in 6 minutes, and that sort of stuff. And then every 2 weeks, I want you to look at that measurement and see if you're improving. And then I want you to call me every 2 weeks and let me know how things are going here, okay? And that way we'll be able to walk you through this.
Okay, great. I have a question for you, if I can. I've been cooking in coconut oil. Why is it that I
no oils. They oxidize and turn into trans fatty acids, free radicals, and you want to avoid all free radicals because they are contributing to the breakdown of the nerve endings and also the muscles. Okay, so you must give up all oils. No coconut oil, no olive oil, no margarines. Got to give it up. You can use ghee for cooking your eggs. You can use butter. which are dairy products, of course, or you can just use water. But you do need to eat 2 to 3 eggs a day. It's imperative. Otherwise, nothing's going to work for you. Okay, well, thank you, Shar. Super job. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.